There wasn't major damage on the cardboard.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there wasn't any major damage until now. Hey guys, what's going on? Tua Cruz here checking in with...
Tundes.
We're here with Tunchan, and where are we today?
Bangkok, Thailand.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Yes.
So we finally did it. We made it to Thailand last night. We made it through immigration and everything safely. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit today. But first things first, we want to check, are our bikes okay? So we traveled, we're moving our entire life basically in 4 different suitcases. We've got 2 here for our bikes. We want to talk about how we traveled with our bikes, and this is our first time using this solution. So we want to show you guys our setup, and we're going to be checking here to see if the bikes are okay. We also came with 2 suitcases. So we've got a big suitcase here that Tung's had for a while. We've got a little pink suitcase here. So we fit all of our luggage in this. And we also fit a little bit of our extra luggage, some of our cycling clothes in these boxes. So we've just started unpacking. We just checked into our hotel. So we've got all of our camera gear. We're getting ready here. And we also brought a few extra tires here. We're probably going to switch over to these more puncture-proof tires for the cycling here. But yeah, getting to Thailand so far, no problems. We got a couple questions with how everything went with like applying for the Thailand pass. So from November, you're able to come into Thailand and you only have 1 day of quarantine. It's called the test and go. So if you're vaccinated, you just have to, book a special hotel. There's a lot of paperwork you have to do. It's a bit of a headache and it's really stressful if you have a flight coming up pretty soon, but we got our results within like 3 days. Tung's Thai pass took actually an extra 2 days. So hers took 5 days. It was really stressful because we both applied at the same time, and I got mine and then hers didn't come. So we were really worried. Like the only difference in our application was she has a Vietnamese passport and I have an American passport. So don't book your flight too close to when you apply for the Thailand pass is my only advice, but everything went well. We got our PCR test in Tokyo. We were in Ueno, Tokyo for a few days. We filmed a few videos there. Only 1 video for Tua Cruz. We did a bike shop tour and a couple walking videos for Tung, but we did the PCR test. That was really expensive. How much was it, Tunchan?
1 person, $200.
1 person, $200. So we were really worried. Everything thankfully went smoothly for us. We tested negative on our PCR test. We checked into our quarantine hotel. We were there for 1 night. The shuttle driver drove us to a hospital. We got tested on the way to the hotel, and then we arrived at the hotel. We woke up, ate breakfast, ate lunch, and then we got a result, and then we were free to come to our second hotel. So now we're in a normal hotel. We're pretty much free to travel around now, and we're going to be staying in Bangkok for a week before we move to Chiang Mai. So we want to explore Bangkok, of course, by bicycle. So let's show you guys our setup, how we transported our folding bikes here. So let's take a look here. We bought some different straps here to separate Tuang's bike and my bike. So Tuang's bike is the pink one. Yeah. My bike is the yellow one. I had 2 yellow straps on here. We lost one.
Yeah.
So that was kind of an unexpected surprise, but hopefully there's nothing else wrong with the bike. So this is the method that we decided to bring our folding bikes. You can buy a dedicated suitcase, but we wanted to go with a collapsible method that's easy to transport. So we used a combination of the famous Ikea dimpa bags, and people recommended we reinforce it with some cardboard. So we cut out some different pieces in here for each side. We'll show you guys that in a second. So, all right, let's open it up. Let's see what the damage is. Yeah. So the advantage of this setup is, yeah, it's really lightweight. It's easily transportable. You can just throw away the cardboard after you don't need it anymore, and we can just fold up the bag. So that way, from now on, we can just travel with 2 suitcases. And Japan's really strict about putting things in bags. They like to cover things up. But in Thailand, I think it's a lot more easier to bring your bike on public transportation. Just fold it up and you can bring it on. But if not, we can just put it in the bag.
Let's go. Okay. Our setup.
Okay, so we actually did a double wrapping. And so you can see we've got an outer layer here. Yeah. So let's have Tunchan take out the outer layer. Yeah. So it's just a cardboard cutout like this. And we used some pretty thick cardboard. We were lucky to have some lying around from some of our older boxes. And inside we've got the bike wrapped with some other clothes. We stuffed it with a lot of cycling clothes, and that way we hopefully kept it nice and safe. So the next piece we got here is the roof. So this one folds down halfway, and we have one of those on the bottom as well. We also had 2 side pieces like this There's another great video that we watched that has an awesome tutorial on how to make this, so we'll link that in this video as well. We use that as a reference, so great video. Go check it out if you're interested in doing the same setup as us. Tung really enjoyed the entire process of making this. 楽しかったね、これを作るのは。So it was really fun to make this, actually. It was a pain to carry it. 持つのが大変だったね。It was, oh my god, when we first went, we carried it like all the way on our shoulders, and our shoulders were so sore the next day. So when we went to the airport finally, we decided we're just taking the taxi. We're not carrying this anymore. It would have been a good idea to bring like some wheels or a skateboard, and you could then just roll it, and then we could put the skateboard or mini skateboard in a suitcase. Maybe we'll do that next time. But for now, so you can see this just folds up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so we didn't go through this completely unscathed. You see there is some damage on the bag, but I think we can tape this up with some duct tape, or maybe it's better just to like use a different bag the next time. So I think the outer bag and the inner bag, the amount of damage will be different. Maybe we can rotate them. And so far, everything looks okay. There wasn't major damage on the cardboard.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there wasn't any major damage until now. Okay, let's open this one up. I don't know why we're doing it this way. Tunchan's opening my bike, so maybe I'll open her bike next. Okay, and we got a bunch of clothes in here. So we got a bunch of our Santic jerseys. They're our clothing sponsor. And we have so much cycling clothes that we have from them that we didn't want to go to waste. So we're definitely going to be using that in the future once we get some more serious bikes over here, some road bikes. And we've got our Santic bag here. And these are the bibs. So we've got the bibs, we've got the jerseys, and then we got Tung. These are my kits, and we've got Tung's kits in her bag. And we took off all the accessories, so we've got the pedals in here and other small pieces that we took off to get the bike as small as possible. We also took off the saddle, wrapped everything, and used some bubble tape around the more delicate parts. We've got a case here where we put some parts.
So heavy.
So heavy. Yeah, this is our saddle bag with the spare tubes. Oh! And there's the bike. 大丈夫かな?
チェックします。
確認します. So this is Black Sesame-chan, Kurogoma-chan, for anyone new to the channel.
I think it's okay.
You think it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, let's take off the bubble tape. We still need to transport this to Chiang Mai, but I think we can just put it in the bag normally because we're just going to carry it like normal luggage. So we might get rid of the cardboard as well. Okay, so next we need to take these bolt pieces and let's put these back in.
Ah, okay, okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
So this is her first time doing this. Also my first time doing it as well. But these are pretty simple. Just screw these back on. You take these off just in case you don't want to lose them. And also they stick out a little bit more, so we wanted to take off all the pieces that stick out. Good?
Good.
Okay. Let's fold out the front. Tung got really good at this recently. We got a lot of practice.
Ooh.
I was about to say we got a lot of practice on our Kyoto trip, but. And overall, we had a pretty good experience at the airport, like checking everything in. And they asked us like what's in the bag. We didn't get charged an extra fee for the bikes. I didn't specifically mention bicycles. I just said it's like personal belongings, like some shoes, some clothes, and some other random like workout stuff. And it passed the test. I don't think anyone would imagine like there's a bike in this box. Like we had our friend, he drove us to the local train station when we were leaving. And he's like, wow, you guys fit your bike in that box? That's crazy. So I don't think a normal person would look at that box and be like, yeah, there's a bike in there. So we didn't get charged anything. And yeah, that's the benefit of traveling with folding bikes. You get to save a lot of money. But overall though, I would say that the experience isn't like super easy or anything. It would have been a lot easier just to travel with normal suitcases that we can roll them all around, because like once you're in the station, you have to go between the entrance of the station to like boarding the trains. And the time in between there, it is a nightmare carrying these bags, like carrying a 20 kilogram plus like box or bag on a shoulder strap. By itself, it isn't bad, but we were carrying heavy backpacks, we were carrying heavy suitcases, and on top of that, carrying these bags here, it was not an easy process, I'll say that. So not something I want to do too often, and we were almost sort of second guessing, like, why did we bring these bikes? We could have just bought new bikes while we're there. But now that we're here, we're glad that we have bikes that are reliable, that we're comfortable riding, and it'll be really nice being able to bring these on the public transportation. So, all right, Tunchan's a pro. What is she doing now? Okay, that's one bike down, ready to go. Thank you. We also have to pump up the tires. We'll do that later. I'm not sure if this hotel, they might be surprised if we roll out with some bikes. Maybe we should fold it up and just carry it out of the hotel so we avoid some crazy looks. All right, now it's time for Tunchan's bike.
Yeah.
今回俺やるかな?
Okay.
All right, and here we are. We're gonna open up Tunchan's bike, but unfortunately, we found a little problem. Hopefully, it's a little problem and not a big one. But check out this hole here. And I already know what this part is. We should have covered this up a little bit more, but hopefully there's no extra damage from this. We'll take a closer look once we get inside though. So let's undo the straps. And for this one, we did the same exact setup. So pretty much everything was done exactly the same. We cut out the same exact cardboard dimensions. This one has the same roof part, the same side walls. And yeah, check out that hole. So we definitely need some extra reinforcement for that part of the bike on the rear end. Hopefully not a problem though. These bikes are made of steel, should be able to take a decent beating. So we got some of Tunchan's clothes in here. I think those are some of her shoes. We've got some of her cycling kits here. Some more cycling kits. We've got a saddlebag. Some more cycling kits. Cycling kits for days. And we got our toolkit. So this is the part here that was sticking out. This is a pretty solid part though, so I don't think it should do really much damage. And we won't know for sure until we really test it out, get it out on the road, but love me some electric tape. This stuff is really useful. One other thing we had to do with her bike, you notice that she has a different style handlebars. So I've got the flat handlebars, she's got the riser handlebars. Just to get it to the tightest position, we did rotate these in a little bit. So we're gonna have to rotate these handlebars back, but that's a quick thing we can do with the Allen key. Speaking of which, we packed everything in our toolbox here. So this is our pedal wrench, and what else we got? All right, and we got our Allen key here. So let's get these back in normal position. And while I'm finishing up Tunchan's bike, she's working on pumping up the tires. This is part of the hard work. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring our floor pump, so we're gonna have to use the hand pump that actually comes conveniently in these bikes, but it's a fun process. 楽しそうね。
やりたい?
No, thank you. Okay, both bikes are assembled. Taro-chan is ready to go. Kurogoma-chan is ready to go. Our room is still pretty messy, but that's okay. We can clean this up later. We've only got a little bit of sunlight left today, so let's go out and let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do our first ride here in Bangkok.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, here we are, starting our first little casual ride in Bangkok, Thailand. And we don't really know exactly where we are yet. We've had very limited time outside. We just took the taxi from our old hotel to our new hotel. And that's pretty much all we've been outside other than buying our SIM cards, walking to the local mall. So we're just gonna roll around the neighborhood a little bit tonight, I think. Not keep this video too long because we're just going to be doing a bit of exploring, try and find the good places to ride so we can film some better videos. Oh, they got some speed bumps here. Some of the busy roads here, the main roads are crazy busy, but it looks like there's a nice park nearby where we're staying. and I think you can cycle there, so we're gonna go definitely check that out. Overall though, super excited to be back on bikes again after a couple days of just traveling, not being able to cycle and just carrying around this luggage everywhere. It's been really stressful, not knowing if we were gonna be able to make it into the country okay, if we were gonna get tested like positive with the virus, something happened. There were so many different things that could have happened, and for it to finally all just come together, we made it to Thailand. Now the last step is just traveling over to Chiang Mai, but we'll save that stress for next week. Looks like the bikes are working though. No problem so far. Let's hope it stays that way. And oh man, here's the busy road. All right, we're just gonna wing it. Here we go. We're on the loud main busy streets, following this guy. It looks like this is technically a cycling lane. Oh, there she goes. Well, first mistake. Oh man, you know you're in a bike country again. When they've got the special bike parking at the front of the intersections. So it looks like this is technically a bike or cycling lane though. That's good that they at least created the space. And I think we're riding north right now, towards the park. Chunchan's leading the way. We're just gonna check out the local park first as our first ride. Gotta be careful here. Just get that. Lots of cars turning left here. Okay. So yeah, it's busy and crazy, but pretty much what we expected on the main roads. We just need to learn where the side roads are. And yeah, we're not planning to do too much cycling in Bangkok. That's why we're not staying here. It'll be a lot better once we get over to the more countryside areas. And we got to figure out what we're going to eat for dinner tonight as well. We've just been eating the hotel quarantine food, which is kind of hit and miss. The first one, we had like an omelet for breakfast, which came with the salad, but there was like some weird mold on the salad or something, so we didn't eat it. The lunch was pretty good though, really spicy. And overall, the hotel rooms in Thailand have been pretty nice. Really big, massive compared to the ones in Japan. And it's really warm out. It's like a second summer. Also, one of my first impressions I noticed is just the amount of trucks here. You don't see many pickup trucks in Japan, and here in Thailand there's just so many. Let's get that. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of that. Cars just turning in front of us. But it is rush hour. So, no problems. As long as you're expecting it and riding safely, you should be okay. Definitely don't want to be riding at high speeds on this road. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's a better way to get to this park from our hotel. We got to do a bit more exploratory riding, figure out our way around here. Craziness. Yeah, this is really dangerous. We found the park though. Here it is off to our side. I'm not sure. I think the cycling time is limited to certain times of the day, but we'll try and at least walk inside real quick. We got to figure out where the entrance is. It's all blocked off. Yeah, some of the parks here seem to only have like certain main entrances, so you can only enter in those points. I'm actually kind of really glad we're wearing a mask. The pollution is pretty bad here, that's for sure. Okay, looks like we got a little entrance here maybe. Let's try and get off the bikes and walk in here. See if we can get in. Nice sunset view. タイのサイクリングの印象はどうですか？
いや、怖いね。
怖い？
でもう日本慣れてるから。
あ、ベトナム人なのに怖い。Alright guys, we're going to finish up this video here. We're going to still wander around a little bit, figure out our bearings so we can film some better videos for you guys. But I think this is one of the larger parks here over in Bangkok, Thailand. So we're definitely going to come in here. I think they're only allowing like runners. I think they limit the cycling to certain times. So we'll come back when we can cycle here. And I think we're also going to try and get into a better workout routine. So, 毎日ランニングしようかな. Yeah, we've been really lazy lately. And so I think we're gonna come back here. Running's really popular in Thailand, especially at these big parks. So really glad that our bikes seem to be okay, and really happy to be here back on our bikes and filming some more cycling videos for you guys. So if you have any suggestions for future videos or for riding here in Bangkok before we head to Chiang Mai, let us know. And we'll see you next time here on Tubo Cruise.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.